Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Harmony. I am a twin flame expert helping twin flames around the globe face fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Welcome to my weekly glow show. Today's topic is twin flames. Are you ready to stress less and live more? This is something that I flew the coop over the weekend, and I went into like a relaxation mode, and I was shown by guidance to share some different stress reduction tools and techniques with you today. It's something that I've spent a lot of years teaching in my chiropractic practice and helping people make that connection mind, body, spirit. It's one of the foundations of my principles for many years, teaching stress reduction. We have so many different kinds of stressors that people don't realize it. I mean, in addition to not just, we have a twin flame journey here that we're talking about that is very intense. We also still have those everyday stressors of life. That are physical, emotional, mental, environmental, chemical, nutrition, diet, how we rest. All these pieces play a role in our life in addition to just being on the soul path journey that's as in depth as the karmic releases that we've taken on. So I want to share with you how our bodies are, being compromised through this process a little bit, and then also how we can came up with 12 steps to help you learn how to stress less so that you can live more. And so let's jump right in. So, what is stress? Stress, is something that can be two types, basically. It can be a healthy stress, it can be a negative stressor, and too much of anything is a bad thing. So it's about moderation for sure. And we have those acute type stressors that come along that signal, something that is urgent, something that is traumatic, that fight or flight feeling. But that's an acute stress to put our body into like a mode of an acute situation in order for us to go into fight or flight. The problem is when we do that for long term and the chronicity of it, our body gets set up to be in a state of dis-ease that creates disease. I've been an energy healer for 20 years, and all of our, energetic patterns and imprints are affected by this stress in one way or another. And things that come in from around us, including our illnesses and diseases, not only taking that on, they enter into our energetic space before they enter into the body, just like our twin does, technically, if we connect in the fifth dimension before it comes into the physical dimension. So this chronicity of this pain is real. It's, this stress creates pain, illnesses, and even, it's a silent killer that can create death. So, the way it occurs is through, having these life-threatening emergencies that stimulate our body, that produces energy and produces endorphins. And those endorphins go up literally to create that increase in heart rate. Think about it just as an example, a couple examples here. Think about if you're driving down the road and you happen to see red lights flashing in, your rear view mirror. That is a fight or flight moment when you get that instant jolt of like kind of your heart starts racing, you're about to get pulled over. You think you are, unless they go ahead and go on around you and you're not sure if it's you or not. But that creates that moment of fight or flight that's an immediate acute response, that the heart rate goes up and, creates that sensation of energetic interference in our body, and we can actually get like a zing, shocking feeling that goes in throughout our body. That is where our soul trauma actually creates that same shocking experience on the energetic nerve plane. So we can look at it from the medical standpoint of being a shock of nerves, but that jolt hits us from every plane because we're multidimensional. We're, in an astral plane, and with the energy and energetic plane into the astral, our etheric body, which is like our aura, that goes into our emotional, our mental, our physical, our spiritual dimensions. And so we are that being on all these multidimensional planes, and we're 3D. Whereas we're not like, and really we're more than 3D because we're in all planes. But if we think of the planes and dimensions of vertical, horizontal, perpendicular, and then encapsulated as well, I mean, there's a lot of like dimensions to all of that we're being affected on. And so when we have another instance, say for instance, if you think, I want you to think of a lemon right now. And I want you to think about how like tart, how bitter. I want you to picture a lemon and slicing it. And I want you to picture like putting it up to your mouth and sticking your tongue on that lemon. And I want you to notice at this moment, your mouth is getting dry. Your tongue is kind of puckering up, and you can feel that pucker feeling coming because your mind knows what a lemon represents in your mouth as far as tart and tangy, and causes the saliva glands to shut down and your mouth gets dry. And here I'm doing this example and I'm speaking now, my mouth is getting really dry. That is so true, as to how the thoughts affects our physical body is the point I'm pointing at these ideas, these thoughts, these examples of sirens going off and lemons. Our body has a real physical response to such thought processes that create a physical response through our thoughts. So as you can see, that's very powerful. And those are those fight or flight moments in reaction to and as a response to the reaction of that stimuli. But if that happens 24/7, we're having some major indications and complications that end up manifesting out of this. And this is how heart disease and all kinds of other diseases manifest. But think about how the heart has to work overtime when it creates the strain and stress on the heart of this fight or flight symptoms from the endorphins that are produced. And that's how people get the increase in blood pressure and a lot of tense muscles. And it even affects our digestion, because the more stress you're under and the more these endorphins are produced, it causes an increase in those endorphins, which causes a decrease in the production of your digestive enzymes, which start in the mouth going on into the stomach. And you literally shut down the enzymes that are being produced. So now when you ingest your food, it's not getting processed properly, including then going on through the pancreas that doesn't have the pancreatic enzymes and the gastric enzymes in order to go ahead and break this food down, which is how a lot of people start getting with acid reflux and digestion issues coming from that. And that's just a few. And then the list goes on and on. Sorry, I got something in my eye here. So these symptoms are real. These are real emergencies that we experience. And so again, it causes us to be sick, tired, pain, and then the healthy stressors, just to give you an examples of that, would be like if we had motivation and we're getting excited about something and we get good news, that is the types of positive type stresses that helps leads to health, happiness, harmony, joy. And those are still good, those are stresses too, but they're good stresses. And then we have our harmful stresses that are negative stresses that can cause and lead to soul pain, body pain, unhappiness, illnesses, chronic illnesses, including death. So again, silent stress can be the silent killer for sure. So there are what I call the 3 T's, or 3 causes of stress, and that is our toxicity, that is like a nutritional type stress. Then we have trauma, which could be a physical stress and or soul stress. because we can have soul trauma too. And then we have thoughts, which is emotional trauma. So we have trauma, toxicity, and thoughts. And thoughts are even the worst one of them all. They're the ones that's creating the biggest amount of underlying subliminal reactions to our body. And so it's real. This is like a real physical response to these external emotions. And you add into this the dark night of the soul and clearing the karma, like I said, and it's like we're being like hit by a double whammy here, because not only is it the normal typical stresses of life, but we're adding in a twin flame dynamic, and that is going back to the beginning of the evolutionary process of our soul. And so many people end up in chronic fatigue from this, and I see a lot of people, their adrenal glands are being affected. And when I find that with clients and people that don't have any energy, and they're literally going through this process to the point where they are like sick and tired of being sick and tired, like not only emotionally, but they're physically drained. There is nothing left inside. That is burnout mode. The body can't get up and go. Might have the physical pain, like I said, but even if you took that out of it, there's other symptoms associated with that. And again, not to mention even the ascension process that can cause these real physical symptoms as our body's going through these changes. That creates another stress on the body. So let's start for a second now. I want to give you a little stress test, okay? So I want to share some questions with you for you to ask yourself, and this is a little stress test. So I want you to just they're just yes or no, and so here we go. Have you been going through the dark night of the soul? Do you eat processed foods or drink any of the following types of liquids that are caffeine, soda, or alcohol 3 times a day or more? Would you rather be watching TV than taking a walk? Do you sleep really restless, or do you wake up several times a night and then wake up not feeling rested in the morning? Do you feel shortness of breath, like you can't get your breath in and like you've been holding your breath and then real labored with minimal like physical activity? Have you been having digestive issues after eating? Do you feel compelled to do things for others just to make them happy, no matter how you feel? Do you expect bad things are going to happen? Do you wish you had a different job? Are you putting your life on hold until you unite with your beloved? And do you feel disrespected and or taken advantage of? And so if you answered if you answered yes to 3 or more of those questions, then you are stressed for sure. So let's talk about how you can stress less and live more. And I have a surprise for you at the end. I've made a little mini meditation that's a guided meditation to help you stress less, live more. It's really just sort of more, it's not a very active one. It's more about you being able just to kind of center into the mind space and relax. And it's kind of like less is more, so to speak. So I've done a lot of guided meditations, and I haven't even listened back to this one yet. But in the process, even I was like feeling that less is more. Like there was like, it was just a little bit different than I've ever seen one come out. So I don't exactly know how it's going to turn out to be interesting for myself to even go back through it. But I will tell you, it's the whole point is for you to learn to relax and to kind of basically shut off the mind. So at the end of this, I have a meditation for you that I put together. So it's to help you kind of take some action right away into this 12 steps that I've put together for you to stress less. So the first one is you need to commit to fit, and being fit mind, body, and soul. All right. So you have to be willing. You have to be open to taking accountability and making the commitment to yourself. It's your choice. It's your life. No one's going to step up to the plate for you. No one. And not even your beloved in this aspect, in the physical 3D, for you to be able to live your highest happy, so to speak, and to be able to enjoy life. That is the purpose, is embracing this journey with having fun along the way and not being so serious about every moment through the process. So really just saying yes to this journey, yes to committing to yourself, really. That's number one. Number two is to evaluate what you eat. Okay, so like right now with us going through all these ascension symptoms, it's going to be very important to nourish your body on a level that can support the vibration and the energy that you are increasing the light. So our body's going up in light, meaning our DNA is going through a process of activating, changing from 2-stranded DNA to 12-stranded DNA. And in that process, we need nutrients and building blocks that will help be more lean and clean in order to be able to build like that light system, that lighthouse, so to speak. We're being the lighthouse. And a lot of these desensitizers, as in potentially alcohol, eating toxic foods, eating things that are nutrient dense, like are good for you, but like with no nutrient value, it is important to get away from less processed foods, more live foods, naturally more organic, the better. But I've always talked about what's called a plate diet. And if you look at 75 at your plate and you try to get 75% alkaline producing foods, and what I mean by that is when we eat food, there's an ash left over in our body that's either alkaline or acidic based on what we've ate. Bottom line is fruits and vegetables are virtually the primary things that help create an alkaline ash. And we want the alkaline has to do with the pH level running about 7 or higher, preferably. And so if you're creating more of an alkaline environment, organic barley, all the greens, that's why people are doing all the grains, the green juices, or if you can't get that all in, take some like organic barley will really help you. And in addition to this, I'm going to go back to that adrenal gland issue for 1 second and mention that some things that can really support your adrenal gland that I recommend for patients if you're really adrenal insufficient from the stress would be licorice fruit, raw adrenal, and also B complex vitamins. And there is a supplement called Adrenergy. I used to carry it in my office. It's a Mortar Health Best product. It has all 3 of those in it. You have to go through like a licensed like physician to get them. You might find them on Amazon. I don't know, but and you might. But typically you have to go through somebody to get them. But that one product has all 3 of these in. So it's Adrenergy. And I'll actually see if I can find a link and post at the bottom of this for you if it's something you're interested in, because I no longer carry it since I don't have a support an office for that stuff anymore. But back to like what we're eating and the toxicity, the goal is to detoxify. So you might want to consider doing a liver detox. I think I talked about this maybe last video, liver detox, a colon cleanse, those sort of things. Actually, I know what it was. I was talking about this in the moon meditation I was doing, because this new moon coming up in Virgo is to do with health. Maybe that's also probably why this is coming through, and I didn't even relate this topic really at this moment, but that's health, and it's about healing ourselves. And even from twin flames, the Virgo moon coming up here on the 1920th, depending upon where you live, that is healing the heart too, and that's how it's helping us to heal with our beloveds. And so the next thing is evaluate what you drink. So we are about 70 to 78% water, and I always say, if you were to think about, if you're not getting, you should get at least 50% of your body weight in ounces of water per day. If you're not getting that, it's like having a fish tank that you're not changing the filter and you're not changing the water out, and it gets stagnant, clogged up, algae starts growing, and it looks gunky without changing the filter and adding things to that. So that's what's happening to your body if you're not drinking water. So you should be getting 50% of your body weight in ounces of water per day, and that acts as the filter system. Now, the other thing I would say is be careful again about moderation is key when it comes to caffeine and alcohol, and definitely like sugared sodas and things like that. I would definitely try to get away from all the sugar, because the sugar will also make you more tired, and it will crash your adrenal glands in a heartbeat, and will cause you to get that sugar overload where you go up in a sugar high and then you crash, and it will actually feed your cycle of this highs and lows. So it's important to, maybe potentially, if you're having these types of cravings, to start eliminating sugar, wheat, dairy, and preferably red meats too, on moderation. But caffeine would be the other one. Those are the 5 big triggers to pain and to decrease your energy scale. Now, with that being said, I got to tell you something. When I was going up in my ascension, and I was activating more and more and more DNA, it was as if caffeine was creating a activation of my DNA, like it was sparking it. And it would, like, I've been a person that could never tolerate caffeine. And I went into drinking my energy drinks that are kind of a natural B vitamin that has some caffeine in it. And like it was really what I really needed at the time, to almost, because I was so drained as well. But my own spiritual advisor even said to me, well, the guides are coming through telling you to be drinking caffeine, and I've never told anybody that. I said, well, here's the thing. I already started it, and I can tell it's activating my DNA. And so I can tell, even just getting that little bit of caffeine. Now I'm talking about clean caffeine, not coming from as much acidity of like coffee and stuff like that on sodas, but more like an energy drink that maybe enhanced with some caffeine, that, you're getting it from a better source of caffeine, so to speak. Because there are different grades of that too. So not to sit around drinking definitely coffee and soda all day just to get your caffeine. And, I would still limit that, is the other thing I guess I'm saying. So in addition to that, how do you exercise? We're talking about energetic body. And when we don't move, when you rest, you rest. And the more you move, the more you want to move. The more you sit, the more you want to sit. Now, I do a lot of sitting with my job now. That's different than I used to be. I used to be up a lot. So I've had to really accommodate that. And I'm getting back into a routine. And I'm getting back into my hot yoga and shifting, feeling the urge to keep the energy in my body moving, doing stretching, yoga, exercise, and even like rebound therapy will help to shake up the cells in your body to not only move the toxicity around, but it will literally like move the energy around in your body too, and keep your vortexes, your chakras in alignment, and keep them clear, open, and moving. So being able to also exercise is a great way to eliminate stress. You can also do too much exercise that can be harmful. And the other thing about that is if you're going to lift weights and those sorts of things, which is the more muscle tone you have, definitely the better, you have to definitely be careful that you're not harming yourself in the process. So then number 5 is to evaluate how you rest. All right. A lot of people can't get into the REM sleep, and it's because their body is constantly stimulated, and their monkey mind will never shut down, to where when they go to sleep, they're not getting their sleep patterns, they're not letting go enough mentally to fall into a deep enough sleep to feel rested and relaxed. So I usually recommend a melatonin, a valerian root, a calcium and magnesium complex that will help to relax the muscles, and that's in a 2-to-1 ratio. Hops valerian root mixtures are really good. Those are some natural things that you can do, and even like the sleepy time teas and stuff. A hot bath works really good. Also journaling before you go to sleep, or also Like if you're a person that has a lot on your plate to get a lot done at night before you go to bed, write down your agenda for the next day so you can stop thinking about it when you're sleeping, so you know what you're done. I've done that for years, and it's how I like starting in my day. Every day I end with what's to do the next day, and I have a long-term list and a short-term list of every day. That's what keeps me moving, especially whenever the guides and angels come in and shut down the brain and say you're not going to think about it. There's times where I wouldn't even know what it was supposed to do if I hadn't made notes where I left off. So but how you sleep is going to be so important. We repair at night, also making sure you have good pillows and a good bed. Being a chiropractor, I went out and did studies years ago. It is so important. I found at that time the Simmons Beauty Rest, this was 20 years ago. The Simmons Beauty Rest was one of the top of the line best sleep. The Serta Perfect Sleeper by Serta was really good too. And I did like a whole study on it, and I researched it, and then I went out and met with the vendors, and and then I was recommending which beds for patients and stuff. So those are the couple really big ones. Now there's a lot of things that's changed since I did my research, but those are I still buy those two types of beds, and I can still tell a difference. And never go cheap on them, because you want it to last you. You want it to hold up for a long time. Most importantly, it's worth a good night's sleep. I mean, that's where you spend a third of your day at least. So, it should be anyway. And that's the other key here. Are you getting enough rest? And are you, getting to bed, like definitely as best you can in cycles. So you get in the circadian cycle of a timeline. And I get shifted by that real easy. And plus, with my work being kind of all over the place, like I kind of have to learn to go with the flow more than I ever have in my life. But I've always been by nature a very cyclic person. And it's very important for me to end my day. I also have to have wind down time before I can't just jump in bed and fall asleep. So I have to plan out the wind down time to make sure I have that to get to sleep at a certain time. And then evaluate what you breathe. Now, our lungs are the most underused organ of the body, and we only use about 1/7 of them. So breathing exercises are so important. I'm going to walk you through some of the little bit of the breath work, as far as making sure you're breathing in this meditation that is at the end here. But definitely good quality air. Making sure that naturally smoking is definitely bad. I always say that with patients, for years I've told people, that, definitely we make our choices, but just as a reminder, smoking is bad for us. And of course, there's moderation, but that is one of the like setting ourselves up definitely, because that affects our bloodstream, it affects our lungs, it affects, our heart. It just affects so many pieces. So definitely, I challenge you that, like, if that's something that you do, definitely consider asking your guides and angels to help show you a way that you can replace that habit, so to speak. And water and cleansing and detoxifying and exercising and purifying your soul and your body will help flush all that toxin out of you. And when you flush your toxin, if you ever went through a detox and you flush your body with all of this, you can feel that clear. You can feel how clear mentally, like physically, energetically. So it's so important just to stay clear on all these levels. So number 7 here is evaluating what you think. And again, this is probably the biggest one. I've talked about this so many times. The power of what we think affects us physically in so many ways. And there's so much worry, the like woulda, coulda, shouldas and regrets and, the monkey mind and, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? I'll be happy when I get a better job. We tend to use the mental aspect as we're always trying to arrive somewhere. And that when we get to there, we'll be okay and we can let go of our worry and our fears. But that's not the case. We have to learn to be happy here before we can shift, because that becomes the lesson, especially with our being attached here with releasing the karma and clearing the soul, dark night of the soul, and healing our soul on our soul level. These mental patterns we're clearing from also generational belief systems and culture changes and all of the mental actually templates that are the old paradigms of even mental illness. We're bringing those things in to pull them up to release. Basically too is it's perception is another role here. It's what we believe, what we think, what we most of the time we create an avalanche out of a snowball because our mind runs wild with us, and it makes it out to be more than what it even really is and the reality. So realizing that when we start seeing the glass half full rather than half empty, it by all means shifts our perception, and what you see, you get, and what you believe, you see, and what you think about, you talk about, what you talk about, you bring about. So be cautious and evaluate what you think. And I won't go into a ton of detail here because that one I could go on forever, and I cover that one in a lot of other videos. And I think the key here though is no one thinks for you. And it's a choice to choose to think what you think and attract what you attract and believe what you believe. And if you don't like everything around you, the goal is to change the way you think of things, and the things you think of will change. Dr. Wayne Dyer just came through. That wasn't even planned. Okay, so 8. So now 8 is acknowledging our thoughts, our feelings, and emotions on a like a daily basis. How do we feel? How do we feel in this moment? How do we feel today? And realizing that any given moment, our thoughts, feelings, and emotions can change. And we can't base one moment to the next. And we can't stay stuck in a prior moment, preventing us from moving forward in the next moment. That really, when you boil down to the past moment and the future moment, it is the now moment. And that now moment is the only place that you can be. And that, you know, a lot of times we store these emotions and we stop them, and to remember that when we go to evaluate these emotions on that regular basis, that we've stuffed, I mentioned this, I think last video, all the anger, the hate, the different negative emotions, they go in their individual files. And when we have a trigger of those, we're bringing all of them up, but they have to come up to clear. And so just constantly staying attuned to that, because I feel like sometimes people think that they're going to erase that side of them. I know I have done that, and that it's going to change. Like we're trying to arrive to a place we never have those issues again, and that's not going to be the case. That's where I'm saying you find the eye of the storm and be at peace no matter what's happening around you. So helping to evaluate your emotions on a daily basis, and don't go to sleep at night with that anger or that emotion, especially the negative ones, because when you go to sleep with them, they will go from your conscious memory into your subconscious memory, and that's when they're stuffed. Now tomorrow you're living in today's reactions. So every night before you go to bed, do an analysis of the day and release those emotions. Would be a really great thing to do, and let go of the anger or forgiveness for work for people or yourself. And then every end of your day, at the end of that, after you've like evaluated your day on any emotion that needs to be healed and released and not stored, then replace that with the gratitude at the end of the day. And that's going to help like remove the negative and pull in the positive and help you go to sleep on a brighter note. And then set your intention to wake up every day with how you want to wake up. And that you know, how you wake up and how you respond to how your day starts. You notice how you start a day and it's like something negative can happen, and then it goes from that event to the next event. Next thing you know, you have a whole trail of chaos an entire day, and it's like, how the heck did this happen to me? And it's because I started putting on my pantyhose, and my pantyhose got a runner in them. Now everything the rest of my day went wrong, right? We attract that stuff. So evaluate that along the way, kill it along the way, so you don't keep carrying it into and forward with you. Okay, so now the other thing when I say evaluate those emotions every day, the next one would be evaluate your attention levels every day, and it's throughout the day, I should say. So just start to feel, is my shoulders tight? Am I holding my breath? Is my neck tight? Am I clenching? Am I grinding my teeth at night? You know, how are you holding those tension levels? And to start to acknowledge this tension that you're holding in, so that you can breathe through it, relax, and go through some relaxation techniques to release it so it's not being stored physically into your physical body, and that you can then reframe the thoughts to bring in the relaxing thoughts so that you're monitoring this process along the way. So, you know, you're not holding all that tension in and turning yourself into just a big knot everywhere, including our gut and our stomach, and your intestines get all tied up from, you know, the tension and the stress. You know, think about it. That's one of the big things when people get stressed or nervous, you know, their stomach gets all tied up in knots and they get sick on their stomach. So evaluate the tension levels throughout the day, just like your emotional levels throughout the day. That's number 8 and 9. Number 10, see the good in everything. So we have these experiences we signed up for. We're getting the lesson that we need to, and it's perfect the way it is. And I talk about this one a lot, so I'm not going to really go into detail, but I think it's important that in that process that everything happens for a reason, is part of that point. And that the bigger key is that we don't have to hang on to it. It can come in and through, in and through. Don't hang on to, not let everything go but the lesson and the circumstance. Okay? Hang on to the lesson and be grateful for it, but let everything else go through. So see the good in everything. Take charge of your life is number 11. Okay, and I kind of said this a little bit in the first one where I was saying commitment. This is a little bit different because when you take charge, you're realizing and you're taking accountability, saying, I am responsible. And not just am I responsible, but I am going to take action. And I'm the only one that's in control of my outcomes. And yes, there might be a destiny and like an outcome that's been signed up for and that you signed up for in the journey, and it might already be predestined, but you get to choose in the free will of that how you want to go up the river and fight it or surrender and go with the flow. This is how we can take charge. At the same time, we learn to embrace the journey. Okay. And then number 12 is make a commitment to like regular self-care. And here I'm still like doing this sway thing of flow. It's just still coming through with this. I'm just feeling this go, like I've said this before, grow with the flow. But we need regular self-care. And that's why I've made this stress reduction, or I'm sorry, this meditation for relaxation. Not really stress reduction, more of relaxation, because that's what, I mean, we need it all. We need stress reduction. We need mental clarity. We need all those pieces. But I feel like that's why this one came through to share with you on a very subtle, small amount, is just to teach you less is more and to just relax more than anything. Okay? So this one's more about relaxation, but learning deep relaxation techniques. So learning how to do the breathing exercises, learning how to do visualization. And visualization, remember I told you, look at the lemon and think about how that makes your mouth water. Well, what if you were to visualize that you had everything that your heart desires, and you start looking at that every day? You know, your body's going to respond the same. That you act as if you already have it is the point, and watch yourself align with it and get it. But you don't have to make it happen. I mean, I've put down like places I've wanted to visit and put them in a drawer and find them 3 to 5 years later, and I've already got a trip booked to go. To stay at an exact top 10 resort spa in the world that I wrote down on a piece of paper. And I didn't find the paper until I was already booked to go. And about 2 months before I was going, I was like, wow, I didn't even remember writing it down. It kind of came back to me later. I think I was watching Oprah and she named the top 10 places and I wrote down the one I wanted to go to. Amazing experience. It was a reward. Set some intentions, set some goals, met the goals, set the trip, then found out that I had manifested what I wrote down that I didn't even remember writing down. It's not work, people. When you get in alignment, it's easier than we think. We're the ones that get in the way and think we have to make it all happen. Add stress to our life, create misery, and we can't embrace the journey, and therefore it takes the livelihood and life out of us, and then we can't have fun, and we need to learn how to live. We need to stop, surviving and start thriving. That is the point here. Thrive, thrive, thrive. Enjoy life. Stress less, live more. And, get creative too. If you've been wanting to, I think I said this too in a video, but if you've been wanting to, join an art class, go to college for something that, is just for fun, or even going to get into your soul purpose, to align with a different trade, anything that you feel passionate about, starting a foundation. Step outside of your circumstances for purpose, and you will find your own purpose. And that's going to also bring joy and passion for you to live your highest happy. And, there's only 3 things we have to determine when we're making these decisions. And that is am I determined enough to do what it takes to get in alignment with living my highest happy? Am I willing enough to do what it takes to get in alignment with my highest happy? And am I fearless enough to get in alignment with my highest happy? Or am I willing to face the fears and, head on and learn along the way that I can shine out of that it's the circumstance by facing the fear that makes me shine. And then I can go share the shine, create passion and purpose, and create this magnitude of abundance that there is no restriction. And now we're living in full abundance of a full, highly vibrational being on every level: mind, body, spirit, soul, every aspect, every plane, multidimension, and we are loving the process. That's what we came here to do from our heart. And that's what I'm sharing with you today, is learning how to be able to love more of what you live and live more of what you love. All right. So, all right. Now, one other thing I want to share with you, I made a checklist for you to evaluate this, and I'm going to put it on my Facebook page. It's just a checklist of every kind of genre of your life, and it is addressing your emotional aspects and things that you can do to help with the emotional side. Like, for instance, asking for help, expressing your feelings, finding your purpose. The mental aspect, changing perception, setting some intentions. And there's more, but I'm just going to give you a couple of each. And if you want the checklist that you can kind of evaluate your life on, because I'm going to tell you how to do that in a second, you can go to my Facebook page and it'll be posted there, twinflameexpert.com. There'll be a link down here too. On the physical side, doing yoga, doing the breathing exercises, nutrition, start a detox, drinking plenty of water. On your spiritual side, get an attitude of gratitude, practicing forgiveness, paying it forward. On your environmental side, start potentially recycling, start buying organic, get outdoors, those kinds of things, support a cause. So I will have a checklist of these genres, but what the goal here is for you to do is for you to take a look at these genres I'm talking about here, the emotional, the mental, the physical, nutritional, the spiritual, and the environmental aspects of your life and relationship as well. And to look at those sides of your life and say, what stressors am I experiencing in each one of these areas of my life? And then you create a coping mechanism to change how you've been, your reaction and your response to how you've been coping with it, to your new coping method, your new way of doing it. This is creating a new template for your old templates, letting go of the old paradigms and creating a new template. So you make a list of these things, and I'll put the whole thing for you, and you just go on my Facebook page. It'll be a post on the same day I'll post it the same day that I post this video. And you'll find it on my Facebook page. And it'll tell you what you need to do. but take action. Take action today and create a coping plan for you to stress less, live more, so you can love life and love what you do. All right. Make sure to enjoy the meditation that's coming on. Stay tuned for that. But I will say my goodbyes now. May you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Be sure to like, share the shine, subscribe. Much love to you. Many blessings. Namaste. Welcome to the Stress Less, Live More meditation. During this meditation, I would like you to set an intention to release all stress, taking a twin flame holiday that has been keeping you stuck in moving forward with your own personal journey. This time is for you. This time is to let go of all the things that's been holding you back. The mental chatter, the negative thoughts, the self-doubts, and the disbelief of this journey. This time is for you. It is time for you to just let go, learn to relax, and connect with the inner being. I'd like you to start by just connecting to your energy, feeling the flow through your body, bringing your thought into consciously connecting to your breath. Now I'm going to have you start by taking a slow, deep breath in and out. Feeling your rib cage expand on a full inhalation in and out. Feeling your chest up with air. Exhaling all the tension, the negative thoughts, and the negative energies that have been holding you back from relaxing. Again, take a deep breath in and out. And just relax. Releasing all the tension, the worries, and the fears. And shifting into the inner space and quietness and the gap between the thoughts. Allowing you to relax and melt into the moment. Now just picture a ball of diamond white light at the top of your head, coming through purifying and melting those thoughts, absorbing the negativity, and expanding that energy into the depths of your inner being and soul, creating soul relaxation inside your inner being, stillness within. Again, deep breath in and out. Relaxing from head to toe. Feeling any tension in your neck start to disappear. Melting, releasing. Releasing the tension in your scalp. Feeling your eyes start to relax. And moving that ball of light straight down in between your brow. As you drift down into the moment and feeling the thoughts fade away, letting the frowns disappear, allowing your eyes just to set backwards and your eyelids to become soft. Letting all the tension just drain out of your eyes and letting the relaxation spread throughout your face, all the way down to your neck muscles, across your shoulders. Breathing into your shoulders just to loosen the tension in and out. Again, deep breath in and out. Feeling your jaw loosen and your teeth create separation between your upper and your lower teeth as your chin relaxes, becoming more limp. Moving that ball of light into your throat, creating relaxation in your vocal cords, spreading throughout your neck and shoulders again. Again, deep breath in and out. Letting your swallowing muscles just relax. Your neck and your shoulders just becoming more and more loose, more and more limp, and more relaxed. Feeling that white light of relaxation coming on down through your arms, your upper arms, your elbows, your wrist, your fingers, all getting comfortably relaxed. Breathing in and out. Inhaling peace and relaxation. Exhaling the tension, the anxiety, the stress, and the negativity. Feeling that relaxation move on down your chest. The big ball of diamond light right in your center of your heart chakra, creating a diamond shape. Deep breath in and out. Letting your chest, your heart, your lungs become relaxed as completely as you can. Just inhale the peace and exhale the tension. Feeling your diaphragm move up and down with every breath, coming in and out. The rising and the falling of your chest, just going up and down, moving the rib cage, creating a rhythm of relaxation, establishing a rhythm in your breathing that is comfortable, and as each time you inhale and exhale, letting go more and more and more, as you allow yourself to drift down deeper and deeper and deeper, relaxed. Feeling that relaxation just melt across your back. The muscles and the tension between your shoulder blades just starts to let go. As you breathe in and out. And again, deep breath in and out. Now just picture that white ball of light shifting down below the rib cage, just around your abdominal area into your solar plexus chakra, soothing and massaging all the organs and the muscles as they start to relax, letting go, releasing tension, releasing toxicity stored on every level, mind, body, and soul. To continue to relax deeper and deeper. Gently letting go with ease and grace, keeping your focus on the moment as your body melts into this space, becoming pure liquid light. As you blend and merge energetically with every dimension of your being, on the etheric, the energetic, the astral, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, and the physical, just melting into the moment. Again, deep breath in and out. And as you exhale out, purification just washing through your body from head to toe. Letting go of all the toxicity stored from past, present, and future karmic attachments that you have hung on to for an eternity. Releasing, letting go all of the negativity. Moving that white light on down into the lower abdomen, into your sacral area. Feeling the curvature in your low back flatten down. Relaxing all the lower back muscles. Melting into the space. Feeling this relaxed state begin to drift deeper and deeper into the inner being, feeling the stillness inside. You may feel some tingling start to occur as your body awakens and is stimulated to the connection of your vibrational energy as it heightens. It might be mild, it might be severe, it might feel like pins and needles coming through, but it's a pleasant experience as your soul awakens, becoming alive. Letting yourself just continue to relax deeper and deeper. The body, the physical body, continuing just to melt into the moment, allowing the soul to rise, allowing the vibration to go up, allowing the light to come in, allowing the connection between mind, body, and soul. Shifting this energetic vibration throughout every dimension of your soul and spiritual energetic being. You might feel your eyes fluttering. You might feel some tension between your brows. You try to fight the thoughts hanging on to the monkey mind. I want you to now picture a big ball of that white light right between your brow now, absorbing those negative thoughts, allowing the eyebrows just to melt and relax, and all the tension in the scalp start to loosen. Again, breathe into this light. Deep breath in and out. Continuing to relax the eyeballs, allowing them to just float in their socket. Allowing the eyelids to flicker if they try. It's the reaction of the detachment between the mind and the soul. Allowing the soul to come in and energetically take over as you continue to merge and melt into the moment, detaching from all negativity, detaching from all negative thoughts, absorbing all the negative attachments of past negative experiences, beliefs, and negative energies of others. Just continue to relax, letting go and detaching from everything around you, going on a mental vacation, relaxing into the moment. Deep breath in and out. Now seeing that big diamond ball of light, just go ahead and shift on down into your root chakra. Allowing that big ball of light just to spin and spiral throughout your pelvic cavity, throughout your hips, throughout your thighs. Feeling a tingling as your I am presence awakens. Deep breath in, all the way down to the root of your spine. And exhaling any remainder tension that's stored up in your pelvis, in your thighs. Again, deep breath in and out. Continue just to feel relaxed. Take another breath in for me. Exhale. Any remainder tension, I just want you to scan your body and feel any remainder tension. And I want you to breathe into that area, just releasing the tightness and the stored negative emotions. And as you continue to breathe in and out, inhaling peace and relaxation, exhaling tension, anxiety, negativity, stress, and toxicity. I'm going to repeat a few affirmations for you as you breathe. I ask for help. I trust my instincts. I express my feelings. I set positive intentions. I follow my heart. I am grateful for all of my experiences. I practice forgiveness daily. I serve a purpose. I am loved. I love unconditionally. I love myself, therefore I love others. Others love me, therefore I love myself unconditionally. I accept abundance. I listen to my inner truth. I am a powerful, radiant, and magnificent being of light. I deserve love. I deserve happiness. I deserve health. I deserve prosperity. I speak my truth with clarity. I am guided by my inner wisdom. I know, therefore I am. I see all situations with clarity. Take another deep breath in for me. Feeling the relaxation continue just to spread throughout your being. So go ahead and continue to relax. Just starting to wiggle your fingers, your toes, moving your legs, moving your arms, moving your shoulders, rolling them back. Stretching your arms over your head, pointing your toes down. Rolling your head over your shoulders, bringing your energy back into your physical space. Placing your hands, the palm of your hands together. Bringing the palm of your hands into your chest. Thanking yourself for taking the time for yourself in these few minutes to stress less, increase your vitality and energy, and help you recenter so you can gain a higher conscious clarity. And now I invite you just to go ahead and take whatever amount of time you need to awaken, feeling more revived, more relaxed, more resilient, and ready to greet the remainder of your day. Namaste.